At some point, we've all thought this before. Why don't these celebrities take their money away and just retire somewhere quietly and to just enjoy their money that they have earned? Why can't they do that? Well, it's not as simple as you may think. You see, the term selling your soul on a surface level means that you have given up your will. What does that mean? It means that you've given up your will and your control of what you're going to do with your life. You will be rewarded with all these luxuries, fame and money, however, at the cost of your freedom to make decisions. Some people say that it's because these celebrities are greedy and they just want more attention and more money. That is not true. They do that because they have to. How many of these celebrities, even when they retire from one field, they just don't sit at home. They go and do something else. For example, when Michael Jordan retired from basketball for a few years, he went and started doing baseball. And you see these type of examples so much in the music industry. All these celebrities, when they leave one genre, they move on to the next one. It's like they constantly have to keep working, and that's because they have to. When they are initiated in the industry, in the entertainment business, they are initially signed to a contract way before they are signed to specific contracts to music labels or to movie production companies. Way before that, they have to be initiated, and when they are initiated, they sign a contract which basically tells them that they're going to have to keep making these companies money in the entertainment industry as a whole. And you can't just decide to leave and not do that anymore. You know the song Hotel California, you can check in but you cannot check out. What do you think that means? That is based on the idea of being in the entertainment business. You can check in but you cannot check out. You cannot leave until they want you to leave. That's the only exception, is that they've extracted all the money and resources from you that they can, and then they want you to go on your own way if you want to. That's when you're left out to dry. That's when you see these celebrities complaining about they're not getting any more work and stuff like that. That's the only time. The idea of making a deal with the devil comes from this thing. And yes, you are making a deal with the devil. How so? Because when you are in this industry, you're not just working for money at some point. You have another goal that comes with that. Your goal is to distract people and take them away from the righteous path. That's what it is. You've made a deal with the devil to take as many people away from the right path as possible. How so? Well, first is directly. You're going to be involved in movies and music and shows that promote things that are not considered righteous according to the old ways of thinking. And another way is this: because you're famous and popular and you have a certain fan base, when they want to push an idea onto the public, they'll make you co-sign it so that people that are your fans are actually okay with this whole thing. Do you see how this works? And it's so bad that even when these celebrities pass away, the machine keeps making money from them. So that tells me that it's not totally about the money. It's about what you can do for them with your influence and fame. In fact, after a celebrity has established a strong fan base and they are popular, the machine makes more money when the celebrity has passed away than when they are alive. So once a celebrity is past their prime, or even when they are in their prime and they're taken away from the world stage in whatever way possible, the machine actually makes more money from these celebrities and artists. In fact, in some cases, some people that you've never heard of, everyone suddenly knows them after they pass away. For example, Nipsey Hussle is a great example of that. I mean, I knew of Nipsey, however, I wasn't a big fan of him. But once he passed away, suddenly everyone was a fan of him. If these people were really his fans, so why wasn't Nipsey at least as big as YG in the music industry? So yes, And what's currently going on is that PNB Rock has passed away, and I knew of PNB Rock years before then. I used to listen to music. However, he had fallen off, but now he's going to gain even more popularity than he did at his prime because he's passed away. So this is how this actually works. So it's not totally about the money, but it's also about the influence that you have while you're alive. So you cannot retire because you still have that influence, and once you decide that you do not want to obey by the system that they've put together, that's when you're ridiculed. That's when a story pops up about you from the past, sometimes true, sometimes a lie, and then you are destroyed. So that way, the idea is that if you cannot be useful to me, you cannot be useful to anyone. So yes, you either play with us or get out of the club. When I see people like Robert De Niro, for example, still doing movies and appearing in shows, he does not look like he wants to be there. He's a very good example of this because he is the biggest artist or the biggest actor in the world, and he's respected by every actor. So he's achieved everything that he possibly can. I don't believe that Robert De Niro is still in the entertainment industry because he likes the attention or he wants more money. That's not what's going on. In fact, when you see his interviews, he does not even seem like he wants to be there most of the time, as he shouldn't. He's played his part. He should be allowed to just go on his own and enjoy his money in his last days at least, but that's not the case. He's still doing movies, he's appearing everywhere. So that tells me that De Niro must have struck a really strong deal for him to still be around and having to do all of this stuff despite having achieved everything is deeper than what it appears to be. And the people that end up leaving or they want to leave, they are put in certain positions where they have to come back. They suddenly get into all these debts which they have to clear out, and that prompts their return. For example, Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson's last tour was supposedly because he wanted to clear all his debt. But what happened to him? Of course, he passed away before he actually cleared his debt. So that way, they had the reason to take the catalog that Michael Jackson owned back for the Beatles. That is what was actually going on there. He was put in debt. Of course, he had some part in it himself. However, I don't think that was mostly him. Okay, that was a lot of debt for one person to just get into by spending money on cars and zoo animals. That's their supposed excuse. So he was put in debt so he could hand back the Beatles catalog that he actually owned. And now if you look it up, he does not own it anymore. So yes, they make you come back and work, and they don't let you get into a position where you can actually own stuff and set back and call the shots, because that's not a part of your deal. But yeah, if you're still watching the video, hit the like button. I'm out. Peace.